so it shouldn't be too difficult to win. Let's just go ahead and get started. And for Oree, I don't know, either stage is not too difficult to win. Let's go ahead and play in Sipunku. So, just to start things off right away, Oree begins with one attack, Data Burst, which is a ranged attack that fires at the nearest enemy. We've already purchased the upgrade for Oree that... phone alarm. Oops. We've already purchased the upgrade for Oree that gives it multiple projectiles. So you're going to see 2 of them start firing right off the bat here, instead of 1. The ultimate, Mechanical Heat. Now your ultimate is on a timer. It sort of charges up over time, and when you press the button, it does something quite impressive. Start off with Mechanical Heat. There's already a bit of intuition that you kind of need with this game. The tooltips don't tell you everything. Mechanical Heat also increases Oree's movement speed for the duration of the ultimate, so you kind of want to use it pretty much off cooldown to move around very quickly. Data Burst, we are going to be trying to upgrade this and find its synergy as quickly as possible. Synergies are sort of listed over here. They have to be unlocked over the course of the game, but we'll get to that more when we get there. Runs count up until 15 minutes, at which point the boss spawns. And when the boss is slain, it's over. In Temtem Swarm, you get experience cubes that let you level up, and when you level up, you choose between gears and techniques. These are perks that are offered to you. Generally speaking, most of the Temtems can clear the game pretty well with a focus on upgrading your techniques. In this case, we have a choice between Fire Tornado and Data Corruption. Fire Tornado creates the burn status on enemies, and it's also a pretty strong area of effect technique. Because we already have the projectile upgrade, we're going to get lots out of using Fire Tornado. So let's go ahead and pick it up. So, obviously we're running around trying to survive, hitting enemies, and knocking them out with Data Burst and Fire Tornado, and then leveling up over time. So here's the choice between 2 gears and 1 technique. Hologram will give you Brief Invulnerability. Capacitor makes... you can actually see in the top portion of the screen here which techniques are affected by which gears. Neither of these gears affect the Data Burst technique, so we probably won't end up putting too much effort into those ones. So we're just going to go ahead and grab a Hologram for now. Throughout the stage, there are these crates. And the crates, as it's like this one over here, give you something special when you run through them. In this case, this one's dropped a cherry for us to heal. We're not going to pick that up right now because we don't really need to heal. Our ultimate is ready. We're going to go ahead and press that button and start running around looking for more crates. Those cubes that are dropped on the ground, they give us experience. They don't expire, so you can kind of leave them on the ground and pick them up at your leisure. Once again, been offered Collider Grease, Transistor, and Turbo Boots. These all increase various different things. None of these are super powerful gears for Oree, but we'll go ahead and take Transistor. Makes our Data Burst projectiles move a little faster, and also makes our Fire Tornadoes move around a little bit quicker as well. But that's not a gear that we're super excited to upgrade. Generally speaking, you want to upgrade techniques first and then gears second. So it's a little bit crazy that we haven't been offered any techniques in a little while here. And 2 new gears to talk about, Fortify Band and Volgon Scale. Fortify Band increases our armor by 5%. Volgun Scale increases our damage by 5%. This is actually a really illustrative thing about gears. I find in this game, the difficulty level is a little bit low right now. And as a result, being able to destroy the enemies, like KO them more quickly, does more as much for your survivability as taking actual survivability gears. We're going to go ahead and take the Volgon Scale, because it will increase the damage of our damaging techniques. And that's going to lead to more enemies being destroyed. And when more enemies are destroyed, we level up faster, we survive longer, everything that we need to do sort of handled by that. So Volgon Scale, great upgrade for us. As you can see, the first event has spawned in the right side of the screen there. That little marker on the mini-map. Or I guess not on the mini-map, on the side of the main map. We're headed that way. Events are great. They give you various different things for completing whatever the event tells you to do. We're going to make our way over there. We've also got our ultimate available to us, so let's go ahead and run through these groups of enemies. You can kind of run in a bit of a zigzag pattern. This is just to pick up some experience cubes as we move along. When Oree flashes blue, that's normally just because it is picking up a hologram, which makes it immune to damage. Okay, we get offered Volgon Scale, Fire Tornado, and Drill, which is an epic rarity gear. Drill increases the number of enemies projectiles pierce before they disappear by 1. Now, without spoiling too much, we're not going to be getting too many techniques on Oree that actually use Drill, that they pierce enemies. As you can see, only 1 out of our 3 techniques in the top part of the screen there is affected by Drill. However, you can see in the enhancement window that Data Burst is enhanced with a little plus sign there. That means it's a synergy. As you can see, Data Burst plus Drill creates Data Burst Plus. This is listed in the synergy list over here. I've unlocked a few different synergies for different things here. We're going to go ahead and take this Drill and see how strong the Data Burst Plus synergy can be for us. It provides an immediate benefit, which is that the Data Burst technique pierces through enemies. Oh, as you saw, I just did a little dash. Oree starts with 1 innate dash. I believe on controller it's the A button, but you can map it to whatever button you want. We've walked past our event real quick here, so we're just going to double back. Use Mechanical Heat to pick up some KOs and grab some experience levels. No real need to upgrade Drill right now. The upgrade to Data Burst is going to go ahead and give us increased damage. And as you can see, it works with all 3 of our gears on the side, so it's a no-brainer which one to pick up. Data Burst it is. Let's kind of waddle our way back through a bunch of these cubes. Pick up another level. Hologram, upgrading the techniques generally is going to be the way to go when it comes to making your Temtem stronger in this game. Upgrading a technique tends to give more benefits specific to that technique that are more useful than the general benefits provided by gears. So let's go ahead and upgrade Hologram again. We do have some issues dealing damage right now. As you can see, only having 3 of an available 4 techniques. We'd like to pick up 1 more of Oree's techniques to deal a bit more damage here, or, you know, some more damaging gears or something like that. the crate we just picked up on the ground is going to automatically level up something of ours. It's chosen Fire Tornado, which is great. We're being offered another upgrade to Fire Tornado, which increases the number of projectiles from 1 to 2. That's going to be a great choice for us. So now with Fire Tornado leveled up a little bit more, we're going to go ahead and make our way towards the nest. Nest is an event that's going to summon way more enemies. We've got to make sure we destroy it as quickly as possible. The only way we can really guarantee more damage for Oree is to stand as close to the nest as possible, since Data Burst automatically targets the closest enemy. It's dropped some cool stuff for us. We got a crystal, which gives us more Pansuns to spend on things, and also a peach to heal us up. Now we have a choice between Turbo Boots, Transistor, and Drill. Projectile speed is not incredibly useful. I'm going to go ahead and take the Drill upgrade just so I stop being offered it. And it does give us some immediate damage because our Data Burst is going to pierce more enemies. But so far, this is a pretty lackluster offer of gears. We like Drill, because it is going to give us Data Burst Plus at some point. But other than that, our damage is pretty lackluster as a result of Capacitor being a gear that we were sort of forced to take. You have to take one of the options that you're offered. We also don't have Turbo Attack or Data Corruption, so our damage is a little bit lacking in that department as a result as well. We're saving our ultimate for this Summoning Circle event. It's going to summon some pretty strong enemies, but if we defeat them, we will gain additional experience. So let's use Mechanical Heat to help us out here. As you can see, we're actually taking quite a bit of damage. But that's okay, we'll get there. The mini-boss has been summoned. Okay. We have been offered another attack. Turbo Attack, as our fourth technique, will immediately start to deal more damage. Turbo Attack is a ranged type technique. It does not, however, have any properties when it comes to functioning as a projectile. It's sort of like a 3-part attack. It's going to come down from the sky. We've been offered 2 levels, so we'll take another level of hologram as well. Oh, 3 levels. I guess our additional experience from destroying the models that were spawned by our event. It's giving us lots of experience, so that's nice. Let's pick up some more cubes. The mini-boss that's been summoned here is Cycrox. It's definitely pretty strong. We're going to stay close to it, sort of pick up a lot of damage using Data Burst and Turbo Attack. As you can see, our damage is right now, but we'll get there pretty quick. Just gonna have to kind of run around away from it for a bit. Ow, it got me. Use Mechanical Heat to run around and pick up some more cubes. Not the easiest run so far, but we're gonna again just try to stay a little bit closer to the Cycrox just so we can hopefully pick up damage with Data Burst. We have our dash to get out of the way if Cycrox tries to charge into us. Ooh, but he still caught us anyways. We are not picking up any healing, which is a little unfortunate. But again, we've almost got Cycrox. And we've almost got another level up. Perfect. So at level 15, Oree gets the option to transform into Zalbian, which is going to increase our damage, our health, and our movement speed. Good pickup. Go ahead and do that. Use Mechanical Heat to get a little bit closer to Cycrox, avoid its attacks, and take it down. In the crate that Cycrox drops, we get offered 2 upgrades to Data Burst, which is great. Going to immediately increase the damage output of Data Burst substantially. There's another event on the map, so we're going to make our way over there. Bit of a close call with Cycrocs, actually, but looks like we're going to be just fine. We're offered the magnetic module. This is one of the gears that I am not a big fan of at all. Increasing the pickup radius can help you gain more cubes and level up quicker, but I generally don't find it to be that worth it. Volgon Scale is going to increase more of our damage values than Transistor, so we'll go ahead and pick up Volgon Scale for more damage. As you can see, Volgon Scale and Turbo Attack also have a synergy, so we're pretty happy to explore that synergy as well in time. Let's make our way over to that event, hitting all the enemies that we can. And we'll use Mechanical Heat to run a little bit quicker. There's a mini boss there that we just go ahead and take down. Quite a few enemies on the map right now, but Zalbian is a little bit quicker than Oree, which kind of helps us with running away from enemies and kiting them out. We're also picking up some KOs. I think I'm going to make a quick detour just down to this cherry here. Pick up a little bit of healing. Oh, there's another chest here. Oh, never mind. There's a peach. We'll make our way back towards the event. Some Mechanical Heat to get a little bit of a speed boost there. The item we just picked up on the ground is sort of like a cube vacuum. You may be wondering, like, geez, why aren't you walking around picking up more of those cubes on the ground? Why are you just kind of running towards crates and objectives? And it's because this item can drop that will sort of suck in all of the cubes that were left on the ground. So we just gained like 4 or 5 levels. And that's obviously going to be helping us out quite a lot. We're going to max out Data Burst here. This increases the number of projectiles, but more importantly, it also offers us Data Burst Plus. Data Burst Plus is an upgraded version of Data Burst that kind of turns it into a bit of a machine gun. This is one of Zalbian and Oree's, I think, core synergies. It's one of the strongest things that they specifically can do. So we're going to pick it up. We're also going to pick up another level in Hologram. And whenever possible, we're going to pick up Turbo Attack. We want to upgrade techniques over gears. I'm a little bit interested in picking up multivitamin gummies because I've never seen the hologram synergy before. But we'll start with Turbo Attack. As you can see, Data Burst is now dealing a way higher rate of fire. Which is, of course, very good for us. As we continue to develop our gears throughout the course of this run, we're going to not only be able to KO some stronger enemies with Data Burst's focused fire, but also increase its projectile speed with our capacitor, or sorry, our transistor, and the damage with Volgon Scale. So the build is set up quite well. That was a control zone event, so we just kind of have to stay inside the zone and not walk out of it. And we did that, so we were rewarded with a chest. But there's still more events to get to. We were a little slow out of the gate here, so we've got to pick up some more of those events to catch up. Here we get offered Transistor, Volgon Scale, and Thermal Paste. As you can see, Thermal Paste actually affects all of our techniques in the top part of the screen there. The Thermal Paste reduces the cooldown of techniques by 5%. It's a very, very powerful gear, in my opinion. One of the best in the game. I'm going to go ahead and just pick it up. And as it gets upgraded, it's going to help. Data Burst Plus doesn't need too much help in terms of cooldown reduction, but it's very good for Hologram, and it's very good for Fire Tornado and Turbo Attack. And as Fire Tornado and Turbo Attack get stronger, what they're going to do is destroy the smaller enemies a lot quicker, so that against more powerful enemies like elites and mini bosses and even the final boss of this zone, Data Burst will be able to maintain fire on it, because Data Burst hits the enemy closest to Zalbian whenever possible. Pick up our money bags. And it's another nest, which, as long as we stay close to Zalbian, as you can see, Data Burst takes that down pretty quick. An ice chip and a watermelon gets dropped. The ice chip is one of the power-up chips that drop on the ground. It freezes all the enemies. There's one that poisons, and there's one that burns as well. And another one that decreases your cooldowns on all your moves. Another mini-boss is spawned. This is Golzee. As you can tell, we had a lot of difficulty with Cycrocs, but by comparison, almost none with Golzee. We didn't even get to see Golzee's moveset. It just gets taken down right away by Data Burst. We'll waddle through some enemies there to pick up our upgrade. You see Volgon Scale, Turbo Attack, and Transistor all getting upgraded. Cool. We have the opportunity to put Turbo Attack at max. This will unlock Turbo Attack Plus, which we'll use to sort of further take care of our sort of lower HP enemies as we make our way through here. It looks like we're all caught up now in terms of events. As you can see, while we started off slow, now that we have Data Burst Plus and some more of these upgrades, we're doing a great job of taking down the enemies before they get close enough to us to be hurt. So let's go on a quest to find more crates. Oh, there's one. Got HP. Fruit, which will restore our HP, which we don't need right now. Let's go keep going for a nice little walk. We'll pop our ultimate just to make us run a little faster, so we can find more of these crates. That's another fruit. Let's go up here. Pick up cubes sort of as they get dropped, running a little zigzag pattern, but not obsessing too much over picking them up. Again, we're kind of just waiting for the next event to show up. Pretty happy to let our Data Burst do its thing. We value events because they can give us upgrades. And we're not picking up the cubes obsessively, because there is the cube vacuum that can get summoned from the chests, or sorry, the crates that we are running towards to pick up as much as we can. This elite Gario that's chasing us, we're just kind of letting it get close enough that we can bring it down with Data Burst. Again, we're still not as strong as we could be, but we're pretty strong. And what we picked up was a fire chip, and that did plenty damage to the enemies. Turbo Attack Plus. This burns enemies that get hit by it. But what isn't mentioned by the tooltip is that Turbo Attack Plus actually, I believe, has a much higher fire rate. As you can see, the hammers are coming down quite a bit faster. And they're also sort of leaving a fiery impact zone behind them. And now we're at the Pan-Sun Feast event. Once activated, the Pan-Sun Feast event changes everyone's drops from experience cubes to Pan-Suns. Pan-Suns are used mostly to upgrade all the various different Temtem skills. Pan-Suns that you earn in games are not tied to one character, so if I really wanted to max out a different character, I could use the Pan-Suns that Oree and Zalbian are earning me here to work on a different character. But yeah, a pretty good event there. And that's the last event until the boss spawns. So right now our plan is to just wander around and pick up some more upgrades from the crates that are all over the place. while getting ready to handle the boss. We have most of the tools that we need to beat the boss. We have a highly upgraded Fire Tornado and Turbo attack, which will take care of smaller enemies on the outskirts much more quickly. And then for the boss itself, well, we've got this powered up Data Burst Plus. Sort of machine gun it down. We would like to get a little bit stronger on some of our gears, for sure. The spillover from the Data Burst is also nice because it spreads out to the smaller enemies as well. But yeah, so far all good. The boss is going to spawn in 10 seconds, so we're kind of just making our way there, see if we can hit a EXP vacuum before that. Nope, doesn't look like it. So we'll stick around here just to be close to the fruit in case we take damage. See if we can maybe pick up another level here. Alright, Nesla approaches. As you can see, the bosses have a large collision size and deal a lot of damage. So we're going to be using our movement speed, sometimes buffed by mechanical heat as well. Stay out of the various different hitboxes. Game looks relaxing, but also not. Yeah, that's true, Ray. Oh, get the final upgrade on Fire Tornado. Cool. Ow, I just got tagged. Nesla is kind of spawning these high damage projectiles that chase us around. You can see the red. I'm going to stay out of the red. Using our dash to move out of the way if need be. But we want to stay close enough that Nesla is the closest target to us, while also avoiding the attacks. This just makes it so that Data Burst Plus is going to focus on Nesla, and then there it goes. Yeah, okay. So a pretty rough start to the run, but after that, we kind of settled in and dealt a bunch of damage. After the run's over, you can see your build, your gears and techniques, and how much damage they did. For the all category, it also shows you the time you had each power-up for. A small error, like we didn't actually have Data Burst for the full 1556. We had Data Burst Plus for quite a bit. Same with Turbo Attack and Turbo Attack Plus. As you can see, most of our damage came from Data Burst Plus, which makes sense. And yeah, this wasn't like a totally optimized build. I would have loved more levels in Thermal Paste and to not have picked up Transistor at all, but that is what it is, and it was a good run overall. These are all the kudos that I haven't achieved yet. There are some that you just simply can't unlock. The bottom three here, I have absolutely dealt 1,000 damage with neutral, earth, and crystal type techniques. It's just those aren't unlocked yet. I have not used Platypet's ultimate very much. Platypet is our next character, so should be interesting. I also have not yet avoided 3,500 damage with hologram. Sure, I'll get there eventually. Alright, well that was Oree. Yeah. Let's move on to the next character. Oh, right, before we move on to the next character, let's talk about Oree's skill upgrades. So, every Temtem has this skill tree that evolves over time. You can reset the skill tree pretty much at any point, and when you reset it, it gives you back the hand cents that you spent, but only for use on that character. So for Oree, the thing that I recommend upgrading as fast as possible is the projectile upgrade. This increases the number of projectiles, which applies to Data Burst, it applies to Fire Tornado, and it also applies to Data Corruption. So, which are three pretty good moves that Oree has. And it just, like, right from the beginning of the game, sort of doubles your damage output. Definitely worth considering. Other things that I I think you should upgrade as well your pickup range. I mentioned that magnetic module is not a particularly outstanding gear. But that's because you're able to, for pretty good Panson value, just increase your pickup range on Oree. Having a base pickup range of 20% is pretty much all you need. I also like doing the Panson multiplier because it means I get to upgrade the other stuff much more quickly. And then from there, you can kind of do whatever you like. Unlike some of the other Tems, Oree does not immediately have an upgrade to its movement speed. So what I kind of like to do is pick up usually just some stuff like damage. Attack speed is good too. Maybe I'll grab a couple levels here in attack speed and a couple levels in damage. Oh, controller is a little bit loose. Oree starts with the dash. Yeah, that's a good way to kind of look at the different skills. Anyway, that's Oree, and we're going to move on to the next character.